Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today I'm going to talk about Hitachi Home, a very interesting white goods company, whether you should buy this stock at current levels or you should wait for major declines. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation and people taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about Hitachi Home, here's a small request. Kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, it will help me grow the channel. It will help you also ask me queries on different stocks and companies and everything else. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, exclusive articles, and now I'm starting with podcast also that you'll have access to. So take the $10 membership, you'll have access to the watch list that I am having, and you can ask me questions on a daily basis, one query per day. For detailed market or company analysis, you can talk directly to me by emailing me directly on my email address. Now about Hitachi Home, formally established in 1910, Johnson Controls Hitachi or Hitachi Home is focused on providing white goods, primarily AC as well as air purifiers, refrigerators, network systems, chillers, etc. So they are not just an AC provider like a Voltas or Blue Star. And when I checked their websites, they are very big on these chillers, refrigerators, and network systems. So they provide a lot of office, you can say, office solutions for many large offices globally, dedicated towards making top class AC of many types. So even in the AC domain, they provide window AC, they provide the other kind of panel ACs, they provide AC systems for all offices, centralized AC systems, and the AC sizes of all other types are of different types as well. So there are variety of air conditioners that are available on their website if you check. The market cap of the company is around 7,000 crores, and I still believe it is a very good small cap to get into if you are going to invest for 8, 10, 12 years. This is a safer small cap than other small cap stocks in which you really sulk when the index really go down. These stocks come back very fast because this is one of the MNC companies that are doing well, that is doing well in this domain. If you look at the financials of the company, so this is Q3 that I have picked. So December numbers of FY20 versus FY19. Sales have dropped by a mere 7%. Yes, they have come out with profit, which is a very good sense, but I cannot make out that what kind of profit growth you'll put it, because last time around they had a loss of 8 crores and currently they have a profit of 13.5 crores, which is very positive. There's absolutely no debt, but whatever debt is there, that is working capital debt, and hence I believe that the company is debt free, you can say. The profit numbers, the PAT numbers finally coming in a seasonal month where ACs do not sell that much. I mean November, December, October, November, December. Then you can understand how operationally the company has recovered from the blues of 2018 and 19. Return on equity is 15%. Yes, operating profit margin being at 9%, but is improving. Lower taxes has also boosted the numbers on the PAT front, but still the company did reasonably well on the operational front as well. Now, if you look at the performance of the stock has given smart returns over the last 7 8 years. So I remember in 2011-12, the stock used to trade at between 100 and 130 rupees for a long period of time, a year, 2 years or so. And then it showed a breakout from that 130, 150 range. And eventually it settled all the way up around 2500, 2800, and then it came down from those levels to around 17 1800 levels in this pandemic. So it fell around 45% in February and March. One has to understand that from the top. Currently it is trading at around 60 times earnings, which is slightly expensive, not overtly expensive. I've seen stocks trade at 80, 90, 110 times. Yes, it is not very cheap that you just get in blindly, but considering the pedigree of the stock, it is not that expensive that you do not wish to get into such a stock. high promoter and institutional holding is there. Around 94% of the stocks are with the strong hands, and only 6% free float is there with the retail investor. That also augurs well for the strength of the stock, and that is primarily the reason why the stock doesn't fall that a lot, and on major declines the stock is bought into by major players or the larger players. So, in my opinion, it is a long-term gem, and you can do your own analysis as to how the stock is. But in my opinion, Hitachi, along with Whirlpool, and people are asking about Whirlpool, so I want to discuss about that as well. Uh, I believe that Whirlpool is a better stock. There's no doubt about it. That because of the kind of array of products that Whirlpool is currently having, I believe that still Hitachi Home has a niche for itself also, and it is, along with Daikin, is one of the best AC manufacturers, and Daikin is not listed. So I believe Hitachi, if somebody wants to play the India electricity theme, India urbanization theme, and the fact that there is very less penetration of AC going forward in 8 10 years, it's going to get very big, then one can buy into this. I would have no qualms in buying both the companies, probably of at some percentage, both Whirlpool and Hitachi. Yes, Whirlpool has the edge over it with respect to the kind of product mix that they have with the ACs and refrigerators, washing machines, and so on and so forth. But then its valuations is also stretched. So it's not that it is coming at a very low valuations compared to Hitachi. So in that regard, Hitachi is not a bad bet as well. It is becoming a consumer product, so it is not that Hitachi cannot become a one of a consumer product play that Whirlpool is. So it is into other technologies as well. It is into chillers and centralized ACs, different types of air conditioners and network systems and other products which it can expand into going forward. But it is a market leader in AC in terms of the listed space that we have. I believe Hitachi is perhaps the best, apart from Blue Star. But Blue Star is more into commercial selling of their AC brands, and Hitachi is into the, you can say, the consumer play, and it is a leader in that. So Voltas comes in third. So in my opinion, Hitachi is well up there. Management pedigree is also extremely good. Remember that AC penetration in India is about 4 5%. I think no more than that. That's my understanding, and I believe that going forward, it's going to at least double in the next 3 4 years, and probably go to around 16 15 16% in the next 8 10 years. So there's a major expansion that could take place over the next 8 to 10 years. It is a very good portfolio stock in that respect, that one can get into and just stick with it and buy on major declines. A market cap is only 7,000 crores, and when I say only, this has the pedigree to become a 50 60 70,000 crore market cap company on its own, if things really go right on this sector front. The only issue currently, and I did not put this into the stock or into this presentation because it has come to light just recently, is the China factor, that major components of it might not be available. So that could be one risk that one has to take. So the components might be sourced from Vietnam, might be sourced from other parts of East Asia or Europe, and then the prices of these AC products could go up. So temporarily speaking, on the short term basis, in the next 2 3 quarters, there could be pressure with respect to pricing. There could be pressure with respect to the kind of, you can say, lockdown that we are facing in many parts of India. But otherwise, it is trading at a very interesting level for one to buy into. So apart from two factors of being this, the condition currently that the business is virtually stopped for a month in the last quarter, and the business could be subdued, and the China factor that now sourcing raw material from China is difficult. Apart from these two, you can say, temporary factors or short term factors, the other factors tells us that one should be safely investing into it. Wait for major declines and then get into the stock. If you look at the technicals of the company, then there's strong support around the 2000 to 1900 levels. So 1960, 1950 levels are very good supports. You can buy below 2000, so wait for declines to those levels. Short-term support lies at around 2200 as well. It has already run up around 40% since March fall. So the major, you can say, time to buy into the stock, even little bit, even if you would have thought that the market was headed to 6000 levels, you could have got in at around 8000, with the stock being at 16 1700. But even currently on slight declines one can get into. It had fallen from 3400 levels in that major decline, so it nearly fell 50 55%. If you think it has from the top, because it went to nearly 16 1700. Major breakout is expected above 2550 2600, which is where it is trading at currently. So we could see a major breakout as well, but that could also be a false breakout. So what one needs to do is probably wait for a decline in the market, any sort of decline, say 4 5%, 6%, 2 3%, even a 3 400 point decline from these levels. One should start looking at companies like Hitachi Home. You can buy a little bit at these levels as well to start the buying process in the company. So what needs to be done? Buy for a long-term investment, and by long-term, I do not mean 2 to 3 years, but I mean at least 6 7 years, or to 10 to 12 years, and this will augur really well, being a 7,000 crore market cap company. It is a market leader in this space, as I have explained in the AC space. Look for massive falls to accumulate, and I think a fall could be coming in August or September for you to get into the stock. These are the pedigree stocks that one needs to look at and hold for longer period of time. Remember, it is very hard to trade such stocks, so do not get into these stocks for trading purposes. But yes, for investments, they look good. It is a very good long-term buy. So this was my video on Hitachi Home. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.